The Trump trade war roller coaster, a temporary pause or a strategic retreat. The unpredictable nature of President Trump's trade policy is once again taking center stage, leaving businesses and consumers in a state of anxious anticipation. While just days ago, the president unleashed a wave of tariffs targeting goods from Canada and Mexico, escalating tensions in the ongoing trade war. Whispers now suggest a potential, albeit temporary, reprieve. This dramatic shift in strategy has sparked intense speculation and leaves many questioning the long-term implications for international trade. The initial shockwave sent tremors throughout the global economy. On Tuesday, the president's decision to impose a 25% tariff on all goods from Mexico, a similar levy on most Canadian goods, and a 10% tariff on Canadian energy products, alongside a doubling of tariffs on Chinese exports from 10% to 20%, sent ripples of concern through financial markets. Businesses, both within the U.S. and internationally, immediately voiced their apprehension, warning of potential catastrophic consequences for companies and consumers alike. The potential for widespread disruption to supply chains, increased prices for consumers, and significant job losses loomed large. Top retail CEOs, bracing for the inevitable fallout, began preparing their customers for substantial price increases in grocery stores, anticipating the immediate impact of the newly imposed tariffs. The looming threat of higher prices on everyday goods fueled public anxiety, adding to the already strained atmosphere of economic uncertainty. Even the automotive industry, a significant player in the U.S.-Canada-Mexico trade relationship, received only a temporary one-month reprieve after issuing dire warnings about the potential for widespread production disruptions. The short-term respite offered little comfort, highlighting the fragility of the situation and the constant threat of renewed tariff battles. However, a glimmer of hope emerged from unexpected quarters. Reports surfaced suggesting that President Trump is considering a broader, albeit temporary, suspension of the newly implemented tariffs. This potential shift in policy followed earlier indications of a softening stance towards Canada and Mexico. The president's acknowledgement during his joint address to Congress on Tuesday that the tariffs would indeed cause some disruption, albeit a little disturbance, hinted at a possible reevaluation of the aggressive trade strategy. This potential reprieve, according to Howard Lutnick, the U.S. Commerce Secretary, is likely to encompass all USMCA-compliant goods and services. This suggests a potential exemption from the tariffs for goods covered under the USMCA, United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, the trilateral trade deal that replaced NAFTA. This statement offered a beacon of hope, suggesting that the president might be reconsidering the full-scale imposition of tariffs, at least in the short term. The ambiguity surrounding the duration of this potential reprieve, however, leaves businesses and consumers navigating a sea of uncertainty. The president's decision to initially impose the tariffs followed a period of intense negotiation and escalating tensions. The trade war with China has been a central focus, but the extension of punitive measures to Canada and Mexico signaled a dramatic escalation. The rationale behind these actions, often couched in terms of protecting American jobs and industries, has been met with significant pushback from both domestic and international actors. Critics argue that the tariffs inflict significant damage on the U.S. economy, harming consumers, businesses, and international relations. The temporary nature of any potential reprieve underscores the inherent volatility of the Trump administration's trade policy. The constant threat of renewed tariff battles creates a climate of uncertainty, making it difficult for businesses to plan for the future, invest in growth, and maintain stable supply chains. The lack of predictability has become a defining characteristic of this trade strategy, leaving a lingering sense of unease among businesses and consumers alike. The narrative surrounding these events is one of constant flux, characterized by dramatic shifts and unpredictable turns. While the prospect of a temporary suspension of tariffs offers a brief respite from the economic pressure cooker, the underlying tensions remain. The president's pronouncements, whether through formal addresses or informal pronouncements, continue to hold the global economy hostage, leaving businesses and consumers to anticipate the next twist in this ongoing trade drama. the impact extends beyond immediate economic consequences. The strained relationships with key trading partners, the uncertainties faced by businesses, and the potential for retaliatory measures from other countries create a complex web of challenges. The broader geopolitical implications are significant, adding another layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. The long-term consequences of this trade war and the impact of any temporary pauses or suspensions are yet to be fully understood, leaving a lingering question mark over the future of international trade relations. The roller coaster continues, leaving the world holding its breath.